right, today we're going to talk about basic Canvas homepages. There's a lot of talk about Canvas homepages all over the place. If you've seen fancy ones, basic ones, it really doesn't matter as long as we all understand that the purpose of the homepage is for students to be able to link to other areas within the course. And there are 5 homepage options. So we're going to go over those, but the one we're going to focus on today is the actual home page. But in your Canvas course, I'm going to go over to my Sandbox course. And remember, your Sandbox is like your workroom. It's where you're doing things, and maybe they're not quite ready for prime time, and you just want to kind of keep them to yourself. Some of the content in your Sandbox can be used in another course, or it can just stay here. But remember, this is like your development area. I have this course set with a home page. So let's go over what that means. On the right, in my dashboard of my course, when I get into the course, there's a button on the right that says choose homepage, and there are 5 options. One is the course activity stream, course modules, which goes to the modules index page, assignments list, which goes to the assignments index page, and the syllabus. So the syllabus is already generated from Canvas based on assignment due dates. So unless you are very consistent about using the due dates and things like that for your assignments and resources, I don't know if you'd want to necessarily set the syllabus as a home page, but I'm going to give that as an example just so we can look at it real quick. So now when I click home, it goes to my syllabus page. I can edit this entire top part, and then you can see here are all the assignments. Oh, they don't even have due dates, but this is not something you would necessarily want students to look at. You would want to have all your due dates, have your assignments organized. This is, I don't know if this is the best option. Would depend on the person. The one we want to look at is the pages front page. I want to go through the steps to make that happen so that everybody is clear on what you have to do first. And the first thing to do to set the home page as a front page is to make the page. So I have a lot of pages already made in here, but let's pretend like this page is completely blank. And
Michelle,
yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I can't see the page. Do you have a page that we're supposed to be, like, we should be able to see? Because I can just see the 3 of us.
How
Kathy,
about now?
Mm-mm.
How about you, Kathy? Because I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, I can see it, so I don't think it's from your end.
Okay.
Something I'm doing. I'm sorry.
Are you on your phone?
I am.
So slide left or right. Slide left or right until you see.
There it is. Yep, okay, I got it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
No problem. That's important, right? So every time I click on the left on pages, this is an entire list of all my pages. So it's the index of my pages, and currently they're in alphabetical order. So I wouldn't necessarily, you would not really want to send your students to this page because it's not organized. That's why we use modules. But I'm going to make a home page. And in fact, I'm going to call this my new home page because I already have a couple of home pages, I think. And I'm going to put A at the front so it shows up in the top of my list. And there's not much going to go on here. I'm only going to put on here welcome for now. And then I'm going to click save and publish. In order to set a page as the home page, it has to be published. You can see there's nothing really going on this page. I want this one to be my home page. If you already have a bunch of pages, let's just look in my all pages list here. When you go over to the right, you have the option to say use as front page. So if you already have a page made and you're like, okay, this is going to be my home page, great. Just make sure that it's published. So I'm going to unpublish this. And now you can see use as front page is disabled. So I want to use this as my home page, as my front page. So I click the 3 dots and I say use as front page. Okay, so that's step 1. Now, when I click home, look at that. It's not using my new page, even though I said to use it as the front page. It's still going to the syllabus. What I have to do is come over to this choose homepage button and say, wait a minute, I don't want to use the syllabus. I want to use this pages front page, and it already tells me in here the one I selected, a new home page. So I did write those directions out on a document that I'll share with everybody. It's at tinyurl.com/basic homepage. And I have those 5 options, and here are the steps. And then let's do the last one. I saved it. Now I'm going to click home to test, and you can see I'm on my Sandbox page that does not have very much on it. So that's the first step. Set the page as the home page. I mean, of course, you could do it later, but it's very important to know all that information. Now, my page is blank. There are a few steps. Let's see what I have on here. Click edit, type in your content. We're going to use the links, course links button. We're going to use the links, external links button, and we're going to take a look at the external tool button on the toolbar. Those are the 3 things that we're going to talk about for a basic homepage. So I clicked edit. I'm in my new homepage. I put welcome on here. Maybe I want to make it larger. And I'm going to say welcome to, I'm going to say instructional technology. Welcome to instructional technology, okay? It's nothing fancy, right? Oh, we'll put an image on here. Let's do that first. I'm going to add that into my directions. So you can put any images on a Canvas page, and it's very easy to do using the image button. You can use images you already have in your course. You can use images you have in other places in Canvas, or you can upload an image. Something that's hidden in the upload image area is this link to Unsplash. Unsplash is a copyright safe image sharing place, kind of like Flickr, Pixabay, places like that, Pexels, there are a lot of them, but Unsplash is connected in here. And they're gonna be always photographs. So I'm gonna just type in technology and say, all right, let's see, let's not look at all 439 pages, right? Let's just pick one. All right, I'm gonna pick this one. And you can put alt text, and so alt text is for screen readers that wouldn't be able to see the image, or if it's a decorative image and you don't need it, you can check that. I'm gonna embed the image, so when I click submit, I can put this picture on, I can easily resize it, and I can move it to the right. These are all kind of things, same kind of tools we already know how to use. So now I have this here. Well, maybe I changed my mind and I want it on the left. No, I'm gonna put it on the right. Okay, you'll go through that. You'll go through those thought things on your own, I'm sure. Now I would put some information on here about my course, what we will learn, maybe some expectations, not a lot of, just some stuff. All right, so now I've got a heading, I've got an image, a little bit of text. I'm gonna make my image even a little bit smaller for our demonstration here. And I'm pressing enter to go down. What we're gonna do next, let's take a look here, type your content. I'm gonna add in here, add an image. Use the links, course links button. And let's also add in here, add a table. We're gonna do this too. So on my new homepage, I wanna have links to modules that students are gonna be working on within the course. I have talked to a lot of teachers who wanna make a homepage that links, and this is specific, I think, to elementary, that links to science or links to math or links to social studies. Remember, you need a homepage for every course. So you need a social studies homepage, a science homepage. If you're teaching more than one section of a course, maybe at the middle level or the high school level, then you can make one homepage because you can then use that same homepage for all of your courses and then just change out some of the resources if you need to by section. So keep that in mind. If you are linking, you are not going to have a single course with all of your subject area content in it at the elementary level. So when you want to link to a lot of things, you don't want to have it be, real long on the page. You don't want your page to be like 25, feet tall from top to bottom. That's a lot of scrolling. So we recommend you use a table. In this case, I'm going to use a 3x3 table. So on my toolbar, I just went to the table button. And in fact, I'll make it 4 by 4. I see the lines are on. I like to leave the lines on when I'm working on it, but when you're done and you're happy with it, if you want to, you can click Table Properties and you can change the border width to 0, and then your lines will be hidden. Well, I guess I can leave them on like this. The lines will be hidden from students. So it'll just, if you use buttons later, or even if you want your words to be kind of floating around on the page, but organized, you can hide the lines. I'm also going to just click the center button, so every link I put in here now will be centered. On your toolbar is a button, a chain link. You've probably seen it in other places. And when you click it, you have the choice of external links, means outside of Canvas, and course links, inside of Canvas. When I click course links, it's going to show me all my content. So this is one of the reasons I suggest having some content built so you understand what you want your navigation, to actually do. And remember, you can change it later. If I want my first link in this first box to go to this plants module, I just clicked it and now it says the word plants in my box. And I could, if I wanted to, I can change the size. I can make it bigger. You can do whatever. You could add a little emoji in there. I learned if I right click, I have the emoji option here, which I just found out. Kind of excited about. I haven't learned where everything is yet though. That's the only thing. So I might not be able to find a plant right away. Here we go. We're just gonna stick this little pointer in there. Okay. So you can kind of decorate it with an emoji without making it, making too much effort. So this is the plants module, and I could even come after here and write module or lesson if I wanted to. Next, I say, all right, I want to link something else in here. So I'm going to go back to my course links, and I have an assignment I want them to do right away. The fact that this is so easy means you could almost change these links out. I mean, you could change them as often as you wanted. Maybe I want them to do this Google test assignment. So I just click, and now it's in there, and it's going to be an active link for them, ready to go. I can go back to my course links, and I can say, oh, what's in here? Oh, maybe I just want them to go to one of these pages. I'm not going to recommend that for today. Remember, we're sticking to the basics. I'm just going to go to this back to school discussion board. Like maybe these are the things you're going to do on day 1. Keep this in mind because anytime you're making a page, you can do it this way. Maybe you want to have a back to school page with all the back to school resources organized. Well, you can use these course links to do that on a Canvas page. So that's super simple. Now, some people say, wait a minute, I want to link to another Canvas course. I want to show you that you can totally do that because maybe you are, I don't know, a PE teacher at elementary. I'm just making that up. And you want the kids to go to another course. All you need is this URL up in the top bar, and that's an external link. And so in that case, if I wanted to go to Canvas units, I would type it in the box, highlight it, click up here on the link button, external tools, and then I just paste the link in. And you can see this is the course ID number. So when I click this, notice that yellow that shows up, that lets you know it's actually working. We'll go to that Canvas units course. Same thing, maybe my students go a lot, I'm just gonna say maybe they go to Google a lot. You can put in the external link that way and just go to google.com. And you can change the size of these all at once. I know I was doing them one at a time, but if you highlight the whole table, you could say I want to make everything a heading 3. Okay, so now let's just take a quick look what that looks like from the student point of view. I think if you were using just words, you might keep the lines on. I don't know what you think, but I think that's what I would do. I think it looks a little weird, like the words are just floating around there. But I do like the emoji in there. I think that's adorable. Let's check back on our agenda here. Add a table, which I have here. I'm just gonna put that, change that. We've done the external links. So some of the suggestions here I had are Clever, portal page, teacher email. Let's see about adding the teacher email, okay? Email the teacher. So my method for this, and it will work, is highlight email the teacher, click the link button, external link, and in the link, you're gonna put in your email address and start it with mail to with a colon. And then put in your email address. So that's seen, you know, if you want to have your contact information on the first page, then you could have this on there. You could have a picture and link the picture too, just like I'm linking these words externally, you could have images. So now I have my email the teacher link. We talked about, oh, we didn't talk about it yet, but students will use Clever a lot, or maybe you just want to have a link to this portal page. So now I would just return to my home page. I copied the link for the portal page, and I just put in here SW portal, highlight it, link, external link, and paste it in. That seems like a lot longer, the link. I'm gonna type that in myself because you don't need all that. There you go. That'll go right to the portal. So that's pretty easy. And those are a lot of the resources that the kids are actually going to need. I'm going to put my line back on my table. Here's some of the other things in here. Let's look at the advanced. If you wanted your table to have a color in the background, you could say, oh, I want this to be yellow. And now my table will have yellow in the background. So that's all in the table properties. When I click somewhere in the table, it's this button right here, general and advanced. And advanced makes it sound kind of, you know, hard, but it's not really, you know, it's just extra stuff. So now we have a header, some text, an image, and a table. The other thing I wanted to talk about was if maybe you already have something in Google, like a document that you give to kids that talks about your class. Now you could copy and paste the stuff from the Google Doc and paste it on this page. You could also use this external tool button, which we're going to look at twice. It looks like an electrical plug. It's called the apps button. And when you go here and I click on Google Drive, if you haven't connected yet, you'll be prompted to connect your Google Drive. Now I'm going to select my file. It'll show you recent. You can search in here. You can even use shared drives for this one. I'm going to go ahead and put in this document we've been looking at. I'm going to click add. I love this. It'll change the sharing settings for you. And in this case, it's not just going to be a link to the document. Oh my gosh, look what I did. I put it in the table. So that's not good. Anyway, let me just see if I can drag it down. No, I'm going to have to do it again. But look, mine's in the table. So I'm going to Control Z, and I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to get under the table and just quick repeat that process. That was a good one. That'll definitely happen. Here we go. Let's run through it again. Select my file. I'm going to click my first one. So imagine you have a choice board or a HyperDoc or some. Oh, why does it keep going in there? It's very annoying. Let's get up here. I'm going to put it up here. A HyperDoc, if you have links in there, they will automatically work. And if it keeps going in the table, then I would say put your doc on first and put the table on last. Here we go, one more time. Maybe I had my cursor in the table. Okay, there we go. So it doesn't look awesome. My page looks actually kind of junky, but it's in there, right? There we go. So, and see now if I'm in here, I can, once I save, I can click on the links in this document. So I like that. And the other thing that's in that button right here, there will be more things showing up in the apps button. For now, this is what we have in here. We're going to look specifically at YouTube. And if you know the YouTube URL, you just paste it in here. I'm just going to put in Canvas LMS. I don't know if anything will come up. Here we go. Canvas LMS Student Orientation Tour. Now this is from 2017, so I probably wouldn't use this, you know, with my group. But I'm just going to click embed so you can see what happens. It puts the video on the page. And after working with a few teachers, we have learned that you won't get the ad that usually often shows up before a video, and I'm not 100%, but you might not get the suggested videos at the end. That would be one to test. And once my page looks like this, if I want to move this video, I could. I thought I might be able to drag it around, but maybe not. Maybe they're just placed there where they are. My table does look pretty junky. But I could, let's see if I can cut my table now and come up here and paste my table in. Now my table's back at the top. I recommend trying not, if you make a banner image, it shouldn't be too tall, because remember, when your students open their screen, this is probably about how much they're going to see. So if you have a big picture taking up this whole area, then they're going to have to scroll down to actually get to the linkable content. You might even want to put the table at the top. Just something to think about there. So that's all the basics, okay? That's really, those are the basic things you need to know. Creating the page, setting it as the home page, adding a little bit of content, and then eventually you'll want to be able to share it to your other courses if you want to. I do have a little bonus, you know, I'm going to show you this and you can decide if you like it. At the top of the page, you know, maybe you don't want to have a picture, or maybe you don't have time to make a fancy banner image, which is totally understandable. There's a way that you can make this top area have color behind it, and it sounds complicated, but what you need is this little bit of code that I have on the document, and I want you to pay attention to this number right here. These 6 characters are what sets the color. And now we're not really teaching HTML here, but when it comes to using the rich content editor in Canvas, you will end up using the HTML area now and then. So when I make this, you'll see, I'm pretty sure, well, I guess I'm not pretty sure. It might be blue or it might be purple because I've changed it a couple times. So watch these steps. I'm going to copy my code. When I'm over on my home page, I'm not going to paste it in here because this is the visual editor. It's called the what you see is what you get. At the bottom of the box is the HTML button. And when I click that, I'm going to scroll up to the top of my page, press enter. I'm not even paying attention to any of that code. I'm just going to paste in the code I just copied, and then I'm going to click the button again, and then we're going to take a look, and you see it's blue. And then in here I would just say, type in my title. Okay. And then I don't necessarily need it, you know, here. And then I could have my expectations and everything in my document underneath of my header. And if you're like, Michelle, I don't want to use blue, I want to use a different color, then here's how you do it. You go back to the code, and we put it at the top, and this 6 characters is what you're going to change. And on my tip sheet, I have 2 ways you can search for colors, and I have some sample color codes for you. I'm going to show you this Google color picker because I just found it today. I mean, I've used it before, but I didn't realize that I could share it. So if you come in here and slide this slider and you're like, well, keep in mind the words were white. So in this case, we want kind of a dark color. If you change the words to black, then you can, you know, use whatever color you want. Maybe I like this color. Here's my code right down here. It's called a hex code. I copied it. And then I'm going to delete this one, Control V. You do have to be careful to only delete the things, you know, that you're replacing, and now it's pink. So it's actually pretty easy to do that. So you don't have to think, oh, I'm stuck with the color. If you downloaded my welcome back module or something like that and you didn't like the color, you can easily replace it or change it, and I can show you individually how to do that if someone needs more help with that. I have another, a couple of other enhancements. If you decide to make a banner image, Canvas recommends 1080 by 250, and that's in pixels. And if you want that banner to resize with the page, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Again, you have to edit the HTML code and put this information in, which I can help you with. If you decide you want to make buttons, I have a website here. It's easy to make buttons with, very easy. And then some more information about Canvas pages. Here's what I mean by that resizing of the banner. Now I have it in my sandbox. I think it should work, but I guess I should have tested it, but here we go. It's going to be live. We'll see what goes on. Oh, I need to rechange my homepage because I had my other homepage. The page is snazzy. Oh, I can't remember which one it was. Not that one. That wasn't mine. That was super cute though. Maybe it's this one. It's this one. So you see I have this image in here, general science. And the thing is if you don't have it set to, see how mine resizes? See how it's moving? Then you can set that in the HTML code so that the image will resize with the page. Since our students at Southwestern will all be using Chromebooks, it shouldn't really matter. Their screen size should be about the same. So it would really depend on the device, but I know some districts are using iPads and that can make a difference. So those are the basics of making your Canvas homepage. And make sure you get this document, tinyurl.com/basic homepage, and definitely message our team if you think you need more help.